hosted by Amanda, the Southern Mother of Dragons, co-hosted by Jessica and Bree. This is Girls Nerd Out.
Hey everyone, it's me, Amanda, and I'm here with my friend Bree.
Hi there.
And my friend Bear Down.
Howdy, y'all.
And we are here to talk to you about House of the Dragon Episode 5. So, I'm just going to be honest. Season 2 of House of the Dragon, I still remember how nothing happened. And I've been kind of worried that we would get to that again. And we did. I guess we're lucky that it took to episode 5 to get to this. But this episode to me felt like season 2 a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So we do jump around a lot, which I will say, I watched the episode with Jessica, and if I wasn't watching it with her to like kind of stop and say, okay, this is who this is where they are, it's confusing. It really is. Like if you don't know the background and you haven't paid a lot of attention to specific little details, especially when it's an army or they're in a certain place, it's like, okay, where are we and whose side and what? This one had a lot of that.
Yeah, I was constantly looking for sigils. I'm like, I don't recall these people. I'm not sure. Well, and they kept on dropping in random characters in their search for Aemond. And I'm like, who are they with? Oh, they're just sellswords or whoever they are. But yeah, I kept on looking for sigils. I'm like, I don't understand who this particular group of people is.
Same. Completely same. And we're knowledgeable. So I can only imagine what casual people are thinking. They're just probably like, what? Or they give up. So it starts out and it's an army and it's really dark. Like, not as in like tone, but like you can't see anything. And I was like, oh great, we're back to season 8 of Game of Thrones. I can't see shit. Yay.
Right. Got that too.
Yeah.
Man. So it's dark and I'm like, who is this? Okay. It's Tully. It's Rhaenyra's forces. And it did take a minute to even know that. And the only reason I knew that is because they're being ambushed by Kristen Cole. So I was like, okay, so it definitely is. And then I saw, what is it? It's Oscar Tully, I think. Yeah, Oscar or Kermit or Grover or whatever. It was Muppet Tully. I'll just call him that. So we have Muppet Tully and the Winter Wolves, I assume, because again, it's really dark, and they get ambushed by Cole and his people, and they just burn everything. So that's how it starts off. Next, we go to Harrenhal. I know a lot of people were worried that Harrenhal was just going to be a long, weird trip like it was in last season with Daemon. It's a bit like that. At least we don't stay there as long. We got random people showing up looking for Aemond. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, okay, I get that they're looking for Aemond. Like, people keep looking for Aemond. But, like, I guess there's just all sorts of people looking for him. We'll just go with that. All right, Bree, this is specifically for you. Did you notice Alice Rivers comes out and she's speaking in her riddles or whatever, and she calls Heron the Black Heron the Cruel?
Yes.
Okay, and you notice too, Bear Down? The reason I bring that up is because of the whole thing they did with Rhaenyra's nickname. Like, they didn't say Maegor with teats. But, like, you're going to call this guy Heron the Cruel? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's a mishmash. Like, instead of using this descriptive word for this, we're going to take it and apply it to this over here.
It's just weird. Like, Heron the Cruel. Okay, dude. you assume we don't know certain things, and then you assume we do know things.
Right. There's so many, quote, choices, quote, made with dialogue all throughout the season. And it's like, why did they choose that of all things?
I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. They just chose to say hair in the cruel. Okay, fine. So she's just talking weird and creepy about Harrenhal, and basically she has a bunch of bats come out and scare them. So
yeah,
there's
I
that.
enjoyed the bat cave aspect of that, where all of a sudden she decided to pull a Bruce Wayne and boom.
Yep. That's what our kitchen witch can do now. She's got a nicer dress on now, but you can't tell that it's a pretty purple. We talked about that last episode because everything looks gray. But
we get it. Harrenhal's depressing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the most emo of all the houses and castles.
Yeah, it is. It is. We're going to start referring it to the emo castle. I like that. So we see Aemond, and apparently he's having nightmares about his brother. Okay. I'm not really sure why he's having nightmares about Aegon coming for him, because he was actually the one that was going for Aegon. Thought that was a little weird, but not as weird as what happens next. Oh, yeah. So he's also having, I guess, dreams about Helaena, because last season she told him he's going to die. And he crawls up to Alice. We knew this was going to happen. And she's like holding him like a kid. And he calls her mother.
Yeah.
Which in our world automatically means that Aemond wants to sleep with her.
Yeah. Which that's dark. Both in tone and lighting. So we know what's going on here, man. We know what's going on. Like, we already know. I don't know this maester's name, and I've decided I don't want to know. So I just refer to him as Maester. And that makes me happy. So we're just going with that because it's a running joke. So we have Maester, and there's cats. Woo! And Maester has some sort of medicine, or whatever you want to call it, potion. And my first thought is, like, please tell me this is not something else talking about menstrual cramps, like, because I can't take it. Thankfully, it was not. It's actually, he's sneaking moon tea. And he basically tells Alice that, like, I can't do you any more favors. Like, people are looking at me. And she is basically trying to keep allies by reminding people that she's a high tower and they have a bunch of money, whatever. And I guess I was kind of surprised by this. She's trying to push the moon tea on Helaena, who's pregnant.
Oh, that bothered me so much. And so many things about that whole interaction made me question a lot of things.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Yes. She was acting like this was her first baby that she was going to have. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. But I was really happy that Helaena went, no, it's mine. Like, absolutely not.
I agree. I do like Helaena being less kooky. I'm glad they kind of backed off that, because if she's kooky, like, because, she's House of the Dragons, Luna Lovegood, which is fine. But, like, if she's kooky, we're not going to get much out of her. We already have kooky. We got Alice. We don't need two.
Right.
So I think that's why she makes more sense now, which I'm glad.
Yeah.
But it was a weird interaction.
It was. I think Alicent, because she's forced into close quarters with her,
Yeah.
that maybe she's actually listening to what she says and everything and starting to learn about her, like, as a person, but she's still like, no, you're my golden child. No.
Yeah. Alicent doesn't want her to have the child because the child would be seen as a rival to the throne. And that's what she's trying to explain. I don't know.
Which is kind of, I mean, for me, it was odd. It's like, so what you're telling me is you would rather 100% kill this child as opposed to taking a 50% chance. I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Like, and if you don't know this, if you've never read Fire and Blood, Helene is not even supposed to be pregnant. Like, the kid she's pregnant with was supposed to be involved in Blood and Cheese last season.
Sure.
So it's a weird decision to have her pregnant right now. And it's probably going to be going to some dark place, I'm sure. But it's kind of a slap in the face for George. This is one of the things that George posted about on his blog, saying having Maelor not exist during Blood and Cheese is going to start a chain reaction. And that's what we're seeing. So,
and I wonder, I mean, to your point on that, I wonder if that baby is just going to serve as some kind of shock value at some point later in the season or the series, just because to stir up some kind of storyline that people actually care about. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think that is a very valid point. And now that I think about it, it makes sense, because what this show does is, instead of worrying about dialogue and things making sense and making you feel something because of, like, the music playing, the lighting, and the dialogue, they just shove something in your face to make you care. It's like, okay, season 1, Aegon's an asshole. He assaults women. He's disgusting. Season 2, get him to carry his kid around to a council meeting and make jokes and stuff and make people like him.
Right? Like, he's not aware of a whole fighting arena with his children.
Right.
His other children. This one is special, though.
Yeah. And we're supposed to like him in season 2. After he's done all this inexcusable stuff, it's kind of like that. And I think Bear Down's right. I think she's pregnant, so when whatever happens occurs, it's going to hit harder, instead of relying on the storytelling.
I know. The original story was perfectly fine. And now they're doing things that just, no rhyme or reason.
I'm afraid, because most people know Helene is not going to last this year. I mean, she's probably, she's probably not going to last the season. So if they do kind of go with the book and, like, say she jumps or is pushed, I'm worried they're going to make it seem worse because she's pregnant. And I think that's kind of what Bear Down was saying.
Yeah. No, I haven't read the books. I just assume, I mean, as a fan of all things George R.R. Martin, I just assume anyone can die at any moment. So that's just what I go with.
Well, and she might
so that
not.
wouldn't surprise me. She might not. You know, they might save her till the final episode of the series for all, you know.
Yeah.
These writers are not subtle by any stretch of the imagination.
God, no, they're not.
They have, I mean, last episode or the episode before was Chekhov's rats, and now it's Chekhov's cat. It's like,
nice.
How many times are you going to show this cat before it does whatever it is you're alluding to it going to do?
It's like zoom in on the cats. Okay. Again? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, dude.
Like the last episode, I'm like, these rats are going to come into big play at some point. I don't know if there's going to be a plague or what, but the rats are going to be huge because they do not understand subtlety.
No.
Well,
and also, like, going back to, what was it, season 1? Larys. And there were theories about him being able to warg into the rats.
Are you serious?
Okay,
so, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Actually, you know what? At least that would be interesting, I guess.
Yeah. As opposed to this particular season.
Well, okay. So after that, we've got Rhaenyra, and she's talking about that she wants Aemond. And I'm like, Wait a minute. Is this deja vu? Haven't we already had Rhaenyra say she wants Aemond and wants to know where Vhagar is? How many times?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the other thing, which is not in Fire and Blood. Vhagar is nowhere to be seen. The largest dragon that exists.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The largest MacGuffin in the history of MacGuffins is unobtainable.
Yeah. Now we know it's because you blew your budget on the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We know that. And I can prove it later in this episode. But we know that's why we're not seeing Nana Vhagar. It's because she's not the budget. But that's okay. She's cloaked. Basically. She's cloaked. So there's that.
Vhagar is a Romulan. Good to know.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Could be Klingon. Could be Romulan.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, the Federation steals a cloaking device and then just doesn't talk about it. Could be that.
Yeah. I always got the cloaking device owners mixed up.
Well, it's because there's more than one. I mean, and then the Borg can cloak. So there's that.
Yeah.
All right.
Continue your journey at girlsnerdoutpodcast.com.
I literally wrote Rhaenyra's council is trash.
Trash. It is the worst. Like, oh my gosh. It is, imagine if, I don't know if it's allegorical. Do we talk politics here at all? I mean, I'm not going to go deep into politics. In fact, I won't even say the words. But for me, it represents a very unqualified administration.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
I'm like, these people have no clue what they're doing. I'm like, what is going on? And even Daemon sees it. And he's like, I am surrounded by idiots.
You know, I'll get into it. There's one thing I don't understand, but I will say this. I felt like how Daemon feels in this episode. I feel like that. Like, he's looking around like, what is this? And like, why are we even doing this? So we have Massaria and like, she's there, and then Adam's there, which is weird because Alan was the one that was supposed to sit in for Corlys. And then we have Rhaenyra wanting Adam and Baela to go saddle up and go look for Vhagar, and Adam is like, hey, Baela hasn't eaten or slept. And Baela's like, no, I can do this. And I guess that's the whole point of having Adam there, is to, I guess, show that Baela feels guilty and is pushing herself because of Jace's death, I guess.
Which Jace was the one who was all about it. I mean, he's the idiot that ran into it, right?
Yes.
So
Yes. His adrenaline and wanting to be a badass. Yes. So again, we have issues with Rhaenyra and Daemon. So that's back. Like, that's happened how many times?
It just keeps coming up. But I kind of, or can we go back to Baela for a minute?
Yes.
I thought it was really actually interesting how she was mirroring, Rhaenyra when she was younger, saying, oh, I'm going to be sold off basically to whoever has whatever is needed.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Good job, Brie. I didn't even pick up on that. So it's hypocrisy now. Wow. Okay. See, and that's a valid point. So, like, and I missed that. Maybe they should have emphasized that.
Nothing was emphasized in this episode.
Nothing.
The cats
and they
were.
keep on. And then they introduce these like huge elements that, again, lack of subtlety. And then they don't reference them back. Like, what? I mean, she cut herself on the chair where she had some kind of issue going on, and it's completely over with. Like, no other mention of it this episode that I could see.
That pissed me off because I was sure that she refused the tea because she wasn't really on her monthly, and she had cut herself, and they just dropped that, and it went nowhere, and that pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so she's trying to tell Daemon to go look for Vhagar, and he's just like, no. Revenge may wait. Why? Because there's somebody killing gold cloaks in Flea Bottom. It's a side quest. I made a meme about it today.
I saw that. That was excellent.
Thank you. It's literally like Rhaenyra, like, we need to go find Vhagar. Like, that's our biggest obstacle. And Daemon's like, no, I have a side quest in Flea Bottom. Like, what? Why do you give a shit? You just last episode want to be a god and conquer Yeeti, and now you want to go down to Flea Bottom because there's some dead gold cloaks? Huh?
Yeah, and I have no idea who's killing the gold cloaks at this point, but it's like, what? Get it together, man. Get it together. And he's like doing one of my biggest gripes this season is Daemon is doing non-Daemon things, and I think I told you this previously. It reminds me of when D&D screwed up Tyrion, right?
Yeah. Yep.
In terms of, we know that Tyrion TV show is vastly different than Tyrion book, but at the end of the day, they're both incredibly intelligent up to a point. And that point is in the TV series when he falls off the map. Daemon keeps on doing stupid things, and Daemon's doing things like he went off on that entire tangent about living his past glory days with the gold cloaks, and they still try. That's not stuff that I have seen Daemon do in the series. Daemon in first season was intelligent. He was crafty. He was with it. He's like completely fallen off the ranch at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad because Daemon's my favorite character on this show, and he literally says revenge may wait. What?
Right? Like, who are you?
Okay. The only thing I will agree with is that he's disgusted with Rhaenyra and how weak she seems. And he's basically telling her, you are not acting like the Queen of Dragons, which I don't really like her being called the Queen of Dragons. I'll be honest with you, it annoys me. But I do agree with how Daemon reacts to Rhaenyra. That is the one thing he does that does make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like, I have put all this effort into getting your butt on that throne, and you cannot handle the pressure.
At all. It's just weird because, yet again, I like to remind people, she ruled at Dragonstone for years.
Yeah. I have a theory about what has happening to the gold cloaks.
What?
I think it might be Massaria.
Oh my God, you think she's trying to mess up Daemon?
Okay, so think of this. So she and Daemon, they both have, 50-50 of her attention. And, Daemon wants to do things his way. Massaria is like, no, we need to feed the people. They're starving. Like, you need to take care of this first. The gold cloaks can wait. Now, I just found it particularly interesting that the gold cloaks who ended up getting killed were the ones who served with Daemon before. The older ones. The younger ones, they were fine. But the older ones who did, work under him, seen him in action, had loyalty to him, those were the ones who ended up kicking the bucket.
That's a really good theory, Brie. And I hope that's it, because that would actually pan out and make sense. Because Daemon's side quest is just kind of weird right now.
And also, the part that made me go, oh, I think it's her, is because she's kind of I'm not sure if bragging would be the right word, but she's like, I am, the master of whispers. She's like, I know everything, and da-da-da. And it's like, okay, well, you know everything that's happening on the streets and everything, but not a single idea of what's happening to these gold cloaks?
That's a very
Yeah.
good point.
I am not a fan of hers. I'm waiting for her to get off. So
I don't like her either. But let me ask you guys this real quick. Did y'all pick up on that this is a total ripoff of the Sons of the Harpy killing the Unsullied? Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Just have to put that out there. It is literally a ripoff
And
of that.
and did you notice too? It when the gold cloaks were, propped up like they were.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when Rhaenyra, her wedding feast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know there's some kind of message there, but I don't know what it could be.
And you know what? We may never know. And that's what's sad. Very sad. What else is sad that doesn't make sense is Joffrey, Rhaenyra's eldest son and the heir, is back, and she won't go see him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't understand that, actually.
Yeah. And that messenger was so like, oh, okay. I thought you'd be excited to see him.
You sent for him, but you can't go. Like, I don't understand that at all. Like, the one thing that everybody's always like, Rhaenyra is a mother. She's mother. Okay, I guess not anymore. I know she's grieving, but it was just an odd thing to me.
It was, and I didn't understand it, especially when whatever she is, sorry, I can't remember, was telling her, oh, he's been asking about you. He wants to see you.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like, oh yeah, I'll pop in when I get a minute. Like,
yep.
What?
And yet again, Daemon isn't mentioned. For whatever reason, they never connect the children to Daemon. And this is Daemon's son.
Right?
They refuse to have Daemon interact with his kids except for, something like with Rhaena and Sheep Stealer. Like, people don't know that this kid is Daemon's. They don't. They really don't. They don't have any idea. They probably don't even know who he is. But yeah, by the way, yeah, that's Daemon's son too. So, hell, he might like to go check on him, but like he's already gone, so it's fine. Whatever.
And Joffrey's her last, right?
No, she's got one other. He's the one afraid of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
They think he's dead in the book. I guess they think he's dead in the show. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But she's got 2 sons that are alive.
Gotcha.
I should probably know where the other one is. Look, you know what? Nobody knows. She doesn't know. This one's here. She doesn't care. There's another one somewhere.
What I think is interesting, though, is that also she's not asking about Rhaena.
Yeah.
Like, she's not even... like, she never even bothered to check in and be like, hey girl, how are things? Y'all doing okay over there?
I mean, nothing. So Rhaenyra never got a report that Rhaena did not travel with them? Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. That makes sense. Yeah. And especially... I think she's supposed to... I think the next episode, I think she's supposed to, like, talk shit to her about it. I think. I don't know. Yeah. There's some confrontation between the two of them. And it was in, like, the teaser. So, I guess that'll be covered then? Maybe?
Hopefully.
So, after that, we go to everybody's favorite duo. We have Larys and Aegon again.
Yeah, he was talking about how he hates Aemond and everything. But I'm like, I don't know. It was just frustrating.
Well, let me tell you this. This scene was in the trailer, and it got a lot of people pissed off, and I'll tell you why. So, he says to Larys, when he's talking about Aemond, I'm going to find him and kill him or die in the attempt. Mm-hmm. That is almost verbatim taken from Fire and Blood, but Rhaenyra says it about Aegon. They took Rhaenyra's line from Fire and Blood and gave it to Aegon about Aemond. And it pissed people off because this is supposed to be Rhaenyra versus Aegon, and it's not. So that was actually a pretty big deal. So I guess they have read parts of Fire and Blood, but they just kind of open it casually and go, oh, that's a cool line. We'll give it to, I don't know, give it to Aegon. That's just a weird manufactured beef between Aegon and Aemond. In Fire and Blood, from everything we're told, they liked each other. So there's that. All this is to give him a line that was Rhaenyra's, I guess. And then that's it. Mysaria goes to see Alicent. And she already knows what's going on. But I think she's just messing with Alicent. So she's like, so, what did the Maester come in here for? Oh, what did he bring you? And Alicent makes up some BS and says that she took a lover after Viserys and needs to drink it, which she did take a lover after Viserys, but she's not pregnant. But she drinks it to protect her daughter. Mysaria knows Helena's pregnant. Mysaria seems to know a lot of stuff. Here's one thing, and it just irritates me. We know from medieval history that if you're royalty, your cycle is monitored by your sheets. The handmaids know. I mean, that's literally how it happened. And it was documented. I'm not even kidding. And they would know that Helena no longer has a cycle. So it's kind of ridiculous that people are acting like they don't know she's pregnant. But you know what? What does it matter if it doesn't make sense? It's fine. I guess. Like, come on. So Alicent drinks the tea and pretends like it's from her. I guess she's pretending like it's Kristen's baby. I thought it was going to make her sick, and it doesn't.
Right. I was waiting for that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you drink moon tea, it messes up a bunch of stuff. And she drinks it, and she's just like, okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to cause severe cramping and nausea and all this and that. Very unpleasant stuff.
Just fine.
She was fine. So, next scene, we got Kristen Cole and Gwaine and his little leftover army. And I just noticed, like, the angles, and they're paying very close attention to the horses. And I was like, there's going to be spikes in the ground. And sure enough, spikes in the ground. And the whole point of this scene is just to get them off their horses, basically.
Right.
That's pretty much it. Just to further weaken this little leftover army, and now they have no horses. It was gruesome. It wasn't fun to watch. But, I mean, and again, a lot of people don't like Kristen Cole. His horse gets hurt, and I was like, come on, man, put the horse out of its misery. And he does. So I'll give him credit for that. See? I'm nice. Yeah. I mean, it's a minor thing, but like, what else do we have? I was true.
I was just waiting for him. I'm just like, please, I want death to come to this fellow.
I know. So, again, we have another short scene that I thought meant more than it did. So, Alicent takes off her necklace, and it's the 7-pointed star. And I thought maybe she was starting to question her religious beliefs. And I was wrong. She's not. So, I was just going to bring that up. Yeah.
She's just earning it out for stuff.
Yeah.
A safe passage.
Yeah. Daemon and Flea Bottom. So Daemon's very dedicated to Gold Cloaks and Flea Bottom. We've already told you that. He's down there talking to him about it, and there's screams, and it was pretty gross.
That was gnarly.
Yeah. they're disemboweled, basically. Real bad. It looked like a horror movie, actually.
It did.
It's just a lot of intestines. So there's that. And he's very concerned. And someone sends a raven to Ormond Hightower. And I was like, okay. And so I guess Ormond knows that this is happening because he seems pleased. Which, if Bree is correct, which she probably is, because that makes sense, that would mean that Massaria is already in with the Hightowers. So it would make Alicent's plea ironic. So I kind of hope that's right, because that would make it a lot cooler. So if she's allied with Ormond, or playing both sides, which is probably the case, that would kind of make sense.
That's what I was thinking. Because she's a survivor. So she's going to take whichever option is the best for her.
Yeah.
My guess is she gets Baelished at the end. So.
Right. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Right.
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
She plays too many sides, and somebody finally gets sick of it and be like, I can't trust you. But.
Well, I mean, the Hightowers are powerful, and she's watching Rhaenyra just have a mental breakdown every episode. So she has reason to doubt. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably not going to go well for her. So we have Ormond and Daemon, and the whole point of this scene, talking about Aegon the Conqueror and Dorne. Like, he goes into great detail. During Conquest, the only place that they could not conquer or didn't, bend the knee is Dorne. And it's a very big deal. Hell, Vhagar was there. Same Vhagar. And it's the one time a scorpion bolt actually kills a dragon. Now, this show will have you believe it's easy, in Game of Thrones too, but it's not. They had one lucky shot, and it was Rhaenys dragon, Meraxes. It went through the dragon's eye, and that's the only reason it worked. Like, that's it. Like, this show would make you think that if it touches a dragon scale, like, it can cut through it. It can't, actually. In Game of Thrones, you see scorpion bolts hit Drogon and bounce off, and then you see some that hit him and go in. So there's no consistency at all. But I'm just here to tell you that scorpions aren't that dangerous to dragons. They're not. But Dorne did get a lucky shot and took a dragon down. And that's why it's known in history. So he's basically talking about the one place in Westeros that fought back against the Targaryens. Because I guess he wants them to do that, I guess.
Yeah. And honestly, if he's such a big history buff, he should know it wasn't a fun time for them.
No.
At all. I mean, everything, they burned Dorne. And then they kept burning it. And then they kept coming around and burning it some more. Those people were in caves and underground and who knows what.
Exactly. And what he fails to tell people is that, like, her own people kill her to stop it. Like, she's just this stubborn bitch. I think in the show they called her the Toad of Dorne.
Yes, the yellow toad.
Yeah, the yellow toad. I think it's Miriam Martell, and she's really unattractive. Like, there's pictures of her. Like, she's just this old toad-looking woman. And what's weird is that Ormond's trying to tell Daemon this, that, like, somebody stood up to the Targaryens, and, like, it's so badass. And it's like, yeah, and like Bree said, a lot of people in Dorne died, but he doesn't say that. So, read Fire and Blood. I think the whole point is just to again let us know that Aemond hates dragons and he hates Targaryens.
Because, I mean, Old Town, they're very anti-magic. That's where all the maesters come from,
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's exhausting, especially because I think he's so determined to plant this seed into Daemon that something is wrong with him. But it's okay because you are going to be better than the others by rejecting part of himself.
And this is all manufactured. Like, there's no record of Aemond doing any of this, by the way. Like, just in case anybody wants to know. I don't mind Aemond being weird, but his history lesson and all this stuff is just like, okay, dude. All right, fine. Next, we go back to Alicent and Helaena. We have Helaena and her daughter. I wondered where the daughter was.
Mm-hmm.
She's still there.
Didn't forget her.
Yeah. Alicent, the reason she took the necklace off is she bribed, I think, a maid to, I guess, look the other way or whatever so that they can escape. And it's interesting because, earlier in the episode, Alicent's trying to get her to drink moon tea and get rid of her baby. In this scene, she's saying, hey, we're going to leave your daughter behind.
Right? Like, what is happening? And it's in the same episode.
Look, Alicent just does not want any kids weighing her down, okay? I don't know, man. But Helena's like, no, I'm not leaving my kid. And she's like, well, we can send for her one day. And Helaena does have a badass line. I'm glad they gave her a cool line. She just looks at her and says, you look away when you lie. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I was like, okay, thank you for giving her a good
Something.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still haven't seen her dragon. But okay. I'm sorry. I'm just irritated about Dreamfire.
I am the same way.
Whatever. Speaking of dragons, the next scene we have Bela and Adam. The dragons are blurry as hell. Like,
yeah,
I can't tell you how bad they look. It is sad.
Right. At first I had to pause it. I had to go back in because I paused it and I'm like, wait, who is that? And it was oh Lord.
It's Sea Smoke.
Yes, Sea Smoke. Sorry, my brain just blanked.
No, I hyperfixate on dragons, so that's why I know. Did you notice this though? Sea Smoke is back to his original color, which is the light gray with the red.
Yes, I noticed that. I was like, red? Whoa.
He hasn't had red since the first season.
Yeah. I'm like, is this like it's in heat or something? I don't know.
Would you like to know why?
Why?
Sea Smoke's design is a light gray with red, and that is the way he is depicted in like the House of the Dragon, like coffee table books and stuff. And that's the way he looked in season 1. In season 2, he's just gray because when he chases Adam, like when he gets close to Adam, that's reused Drogon CGI. So, yeah, that's why. That's why he's just gray in season 2, is because he's reused CGI.
Oh, man. That's why his face was so adorable.
Yeah, and that's why it changed. Yes. So now he's back to light gray and red because he's not reused CGI. And I made a video about it. Like, it's the scene where Drogon meets Jon and he leans in and his face gets closer and closer to Jon. All they did was flip it. They mirrored it and used that for Sea Smoke and Adam. It is the exact same. I lined it up.
Jeez.
Oh, man. And how much money are they spending?
A lot. But the dragons are behind Adam and Bela, and they're extremely out of focus, and it's because they didn't have the budget. That's all this is.
Blurrier than a cheater's Tinder profile.
Yes. It's weird how blurry they are. Like, I would have rather them just leave it out. Like, okay. So the whole point of that is so Bela can basically say that Rhaenyra won't look at her, and she feels like she's like blaming her for Jace's death, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There really wasn't a huge point to that scene.
Yeah. Which I really haven't seen Rhaenyra do that. I mean, does she? Is she just internalizing that or what?
I don't see it, but I don't know.
We don't really get scenes just with her and any of her children.
Bela was betrothed to Jace. I think this scene, I could be wrong. I think this scene is so in one of the next episodes, I think Rhaenyra and Bela have like a talk. I think this is for that, which is sad. But there was like a leaked image of Rhaenyra kind of grabbing Bela's face. And everybody's like, what's going on? Why is she being mean to Bela? I think that's going to be some kind of talk they have. And so I think the whole point of this scene is to set up that scene, which is not great writing, but okay. Yeah. So there's that. Does anybody remember like season 3 of Game of Thrones, season 2?
What about them?
It was good. It
was
just
good stuff.
Yeah.
The heyday. Man.
Great.
Peak television right there.
Gods, I was strong then.
Yeah.
Gods, I was strong then.
Our Caddy's a hero.
Man. I feel like Bobby B. Okay. All right, we're back at Harrenhal because that's where I want to be. At the emo castle.
Emo castle.
And we have Aemond. It's like, where's Vhagar? Where's my Vhagar? Vhagar. I don't know, dude. I don't know where she is.
I love that, actually, because just how she says it, she's just like, I don't know, Vhagar up and left in the night. Like, she was like, I ain't having none of this.
It's weird.
Caraxes loved Daemon. This is too much for me. I can't. I'm out. Bye.
Okay, so the dragon bond doesn't exist with Aemond and Vhagar, I guess. Okay.
I mean,
like,
Vhagar is probably like what? He was kind of thrust upon Aemond to begin with. That's the whole thing, right?
No. Wow. Aemond went down there and risked it all, and they bonded before Vhagar was able to kill him. Like, they have the dragon bond is the dragon bond. It's either there or not. Like, it makes no sense because this show makes a mockery of it. Like, Aegon would know if Sunfire's alive because of the dragon bond. Like, I mean, I hate to reference this, but it's visual. Drogon, when Daenerys is dead, not a happy dragon.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean dead? She's just sleeping.
The thing is, though, like, Drogon would have felt it when she was stabbed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing they get wrong. But, like, at least the dragon bond was a thing in Game of Thrones. And, oh, by the way, did you know HBO considers Daenerys alive?
Got to get that sequel money.
On paper, she's alive. Like, I was told by someone who I cannot name, and I find that very interesting. But apparently Aemond can't feel Vhagar. You know what? I'll be nice. I'll chalk it up to whatever weird potions Alice has been giving him, I guess. Thing is, if he was having nightmares, Vhagar would feel that and be there making sounds.
Right? To soothe him, just to be like, hey, it's okay.
She'd probably feel the same way Aemond does and would probably kill Alice, honestly. Like, because he's scared she would probably break down something because she'd be scared. It would be just like if Vhagar had a damn nightmare. So that panic would be felt by her because in the books, in A Song of Ice and Fire, you get a better idea of the dragon bond. But I gotta tell you, if Daenerys has a climax, Drogon feels it. It's a thing. I'm just saying. It's not creepy. Okay, no, it's not creepy. Why?
It's a soul bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a soul bond.
Yeah, that's why they can, summon them without screaming for them and everything.
That's why Cyrax screamed when Rhaenyra had labor pains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did get that right. If it's a big feeling, the dragon feels it. And Bree and I think, although it's not confirmed, we think that it's a two-way street. And if the dragon experiences something, the person does too.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably less because it's not as a complicated brain. So it's probably more like a basic emotion, but that's how we think about it. So no one can argue with us. It's fine. So yeah, he does say something interesting. He says, "Without her, I'm nothing," talking about Vhagar.
Oh yeah, that was really interesting. That was one of the rabbit holes I went into.
Yeah, because I never got that vibe from him before.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did because, without Vhagar, he was kind of like a Rhaena. Like everyone else has a dragon.
True. Yeah, the whole second son thing usually gets to him.
Right.
With Daemon.
But when he finally gets Vhagar, he's like, oh, wow, I have power. When he comes down off of her, he's riding that high. True. And he wasn't really, as a second son, he wasn't really allowed to have much of a purpose. If you go back and you rewatch it, even Otto, ignored him. He would walk by him without even acknowledging him.
True. That is a good point. What they call it, the heir and the spare.
Right. And then after, Rhaenyra has babies, he's third, fourth, fifth in line.
Mm-hmm.
So he becomes even less important. And I think in the book it's said that they had to slow down his training with the sword on purpose because he was too good. And he was drawing attention. So with the training, his schooling, everything, he was too good. And he could easily outshine Aegon. So they had to be like, no, calm down. So him without Vhagar, that's a huge thing because she allows him to be noticed, I think.
If that makes sense, Bree, and I'm glad you brought that up because, George R. R. Martin, a lot of A Song of Ice and Fire and Blood, a lot of it's influenced by actual history, and it's usually European history. And let's see, it's Louis, the one that had Versailles built. I think it's the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. He had a younger brother, and the mother dressed the younger brother in girly clothes when he was a baby, so he wouldn't be seen as a threat to the heir.
Oh, yeah.
So that totally lines up with them being like, all right, man, you're shining too much.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You can't do that. Which, I guess with the High Valyrian, that's the thing too, because Aegon knows 3 words in High Valyrian. They probably told Aemond, can you not keep learning? You're making your brother look bad. That's not really hard to do, though, because I don't know, Aegon sucks. I like Aemond better than Aegon, but that's just me.
I do too. And it's honestly, I did feel a little bad for him when he was saying how he basically adored Aegon when he was young. Like typical younger brother behavior,
Yeah.
and everything just, he was only ever mean to him.
Yeah. And he tells Alice that he was bullied by Aegon, which is true in the show. And he is told by Alice that the story that's gotten around is that Aegon is dead and Aemond is the one that killed him. I don't really know where Rhaenyra would get that information from, because there was nobody there to see Aemond going over to finish the job except for Kristen Cole. But I mean, I guess we'll just go with it.
Yeah. Well, she did say that Aegon was dead, but didn't specify. So maybe people just were like, oh, yeah, this makes sense.
Let's go with that. We'll go with that.
Continue your journey at girlsnerdoutpodcast.com.
Okay, I will say this. I really enjoy the next scene. It's Aegon and Larys. I got a lot of satisfaction because Aegon's just sitting there bitching and bitching and bitching, and Larys has finally had enough, and specifically mentions him flying drunk into a battle you were not invited to.
Right. Yes.
Dude, he said stuff that I've been screaming since Rook's Rest. Like, dude, you were drunk flying a dragon that had no business being there. And I've got to give Larys credit. He says a dragon so beautiful it was named after the sun itself.
Yes. Yeah.
And he just reads him for filth. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of love it.
That's good.
Dove into him. I loved it. It's like, you spoiled little.
Because he is. He tells him he was a terrible king and you're a terrible man. He is. He's a terrible king and a terrible man.
Well deserved.
So that was great. All right. So the next scene is Rhaenyra. She's in a sept and Daemon comes in and he's like, who are you he's like, who are you praying to? The seven? Or are you praying for the people? And she's like, both. Okay. Why do we have Rhaenyra suddenly caring about the seven?
Yeah. Well, because Dummy wouldn't accept her for some reason.
So she's still letting the High Septon bother her?
Of course, because she's not acting like a queen. She's like, oh no, he doesn't like me. Maybe if I go pray.
And oh my God, I didn't even think about that. You're right. She's still bothered about the damn High Septon. Give me a break.
And and Daemon, I love him so much. He's like, absolutely not. The faith, like the seven, it's absolutely not. Just nonsense. And I think he's the one who notices that people are going in and out around him, because that was really unusual. Because usually, like if you remember when Alicent went to pray, or basically anyone a bit higher up, they give them space. They are alone.
Yep.
But with Rhaenyra and Daemon, people are coming in and out and this and that. And Daemon was the one, I think, who picked up on it because he switched to High Valyrian.
That's a really good point. I didn't even notice that, but you're right.
Yeah. And I still don't think that in the end she even noticed.
No.
She was just responding to him.
Yep.
And it's like, girl, you're being spied on. Every word you're saying, they're listening.
See, I didn't even pick up on that, but you're right. Like, she's not alone. Because if you compare it to when she was in the sept with Alicent, they were alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, Bree. That's a really good point. It's just another thing about Rhaenyra that she doesn't notice and just shows weakness again.
It gets me that she and Aegon, they're both bad rulers.
Yep.
They both suck. It's just, what gets me is that, they could be better. They could both be better rather than forcing whatever's going on with Aegon and trying to get us to like him and being a better person, like tricking him. But she could be a better ruler too. But she
has no backbone.
Exactly. And they don't even know where to start as for just being a person, not being royal. It's like, what do people need? Don't know. How do people go about their lives? Don't know. Ugh.
Well, I mean, like, riddle me this. How come season 1 Aegon is a monster and then we're supposed to like him in season 2 and season 3 he's just this spoiled brat? I've seen a lot of people bring this up. Season 1 Rhaenyra, confident, badass. As soon as she becomes an adult, all that's gone.
Oh, I know. Young Rhaenyra reminds me so much of Baela.
Yes.
How she used to be.
Yes.
And I don't know when she lost her fire.
They changed the writing as soon as they did the time jump. I don't know. I can't tell you. I really can't. Like, that scene after the boar and she's got like blood all over and then Harwin's like looking at her like, hey, hell yeah. I think about that scene and I'm like, that does not seem like the same person.
It doesn't. I mean, that girl seemed like capable and fierce. Yep. And then you get the, like, I can't do anything on my own.
I got a question for you. All right. Daemon, I can see, I guess, because Daemon just has Daemon energy. Why do they have, I mean, you know what I mean? He does.
I know. He does. Yes.
He does. He's got big Daemon energy, and that's fine. He looks great. But, like, why do we have Rhaenyra, like, sitting around with no crown? Like, why does she not do anything to look like a queen? She's supposed to be wearing purple. In the very least, she's supposed to be wearing Targaryen colors. Like, she doesn't have a cape. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Like, she looks nothing like a queen at all.
She looks very dingy. Like, I don't understand it at all. But also going back to Daenerys, she doesn't wear a crown.
That's true.
In the TV show.
Nope.
And we know the writers are trying to force her into a Daenerys shape.
Yep. The clothing and everything. It's insane. They have her hair braided back like Daenerys. They have her in gray like season 7 Daenerys. The only difference is there's no chain across her chest with a red cape. And I'm pretty sure that's because that was created by May of London and Michelle Clapton. And they can't rip that off. So everything else, yeah. What's ironic, though, is that everything about Daenerys's costumes when she comes to Westeros is strength. And everything about Rhaenyra's just comes across as weakness.
I know. Even the material. Like, going back to season 1, her younger self, she had scales.
Yeah.
On her clothes, even.
She wore red.
Oh, yes. She was bold. She was... She felt like... She accepted herself.
Yeah.
And she was like, I am here and you're going to pay attention to me. And I don't care if you don't. If you don't, Cyrax, take care of them.
Yeah. Where's Cyrax now?
Right, yeah. Like, along with the other dragons.
Yeah. In the book, at this point, is when Rhaenyra has become, like, she's kind of crazy. And she has Cyrax chained up, and this is when Cyrax gains weight and can no longer hunt and they just have to feed her. It's actually really sad. But like that's not occurring in the show, so it's like, well, where is Cyrax? Okay, like I just don't get it. Like she's not seen on her dragon. She doesn't wear a crown, and then like even Daemon says, "You are more than this."
Right?
And he's disgusted.
It's honestly, yes, absolutely. Because it's like, what happened to you? Like, and like them circling each other like dragons. That's the only thing that I can look back on from her younger years to now.
Yeah.
And
I
it's,
agree.
I don't know. She's just so passive and so, ugh. And I understand she's in mourning, but at the same time, like, girl, you walked in here. You retook your throne. What are you doing?
I mean, come on. And we're talking show, but Daenerys loses a lot. And then in the later episodes, because she loses Viserion, she mourns. She keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
She loses Rhaegal. She keeps going. Like, that's what I don't understand is Daenerys mourns, but she does it privately. And then she puts on what she needs to put on and she goes out and she keeps going. And we just don't see that.
Right? Like, she's kind of behaving like she's just an open wound.
Yes.
And everyone can see that. And just how the ones under her are serving her in such a subpar way. I mean, even the gold cloaks dragging people out of the homes to, going back for the graffiti. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Daemon kind of makes fun of her about that. Did you like that? He's like, why do you give a shit if somebody writes something about you? That's below you. And she's like, it's my children. It's me.
Exactly. It makes my head spin.
Because I told you this episode, I feel like Daemon, and so do you.
Yeah.
I feel like Daemon is like, huh?
Yeah. Everything and everyone in it was so underwhelming. And it just stretched on forever with nothing really happening.
Filler episode. And when you only have 8 episodes, there shouldn't really be a filler episode.
No. And even the conversations, they weren't that meaningful.
Well,
other than Larys and Aegon.
Yes.
Because he did need that reality check. But
okay, so we also feel like Larys. I'll change that. We feel like Daemon in some scenes, and then apparently in others we feel like Larys.
Yeah.
Just get your shit together, man. Another scene of Kristen and Gwaine in the woods. Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh.
Basically, it's just a quick scene that just shows that it's a depressing situation for them. So it's like, okay. So, because they're walking now and they don't have horses. Okay. We go back to Larys and Aegon. Aegon's still pissy. And somebody comes up and I was like, who is that? And my notes say, oh, look, it's fuck ass Lannister.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's all I could think. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know his first name. It starts with a T. He's one of them. He's alive, apparently. I thought they killed him.
I just went, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, it's fuck ass Lannister. So he's there. I guess he's going to do something. Yay, they have a way out. It's so convenient for him to show up too.
Of course.
Yeah, very much. Next, Alicent and Helena try to sneak out and they're caught by Massaria. And this is just kind of a scene where Alicent's like, hey, I heard you were smart. Why aren't you playing both sides? And what you said, Bree, I think you're right. And she is. She is playing both sides, which is probably why she has that smirk on her face, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because Alicent's trying to remind her, the High Towers are very powerful and blah, blah, blah. And she's probably sitting there thinking, yeah, I know they are. I'm getting paid by your, brother?
Mm-hmm. And also, she's probably also thinking, yeah, I know the High Towers are powerful. Y'all burned down my house.
Yeah. Yeah. They did. They sure did. She probably hasn't forgotten about that. Well, I don't know. She might have. This is House of the Dragon.
Right? Like, what? Consistency? What?
Yeah, we don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
The next scene is weird. It's Rhaenyra watching Joffrey, her son. He's asleep. She's just staring at him. She doesn't go over to him to touch him, nothing. And I think it's a handmaid tells her that he waited up for her.
Mm-hmm.
So he waited up for her. She never showed. And she doesn't go over and touch him. It's like she can't get close to him.
Right? At first I was like, just go and like kiss his forehead, something.
I guess this is supposed to be what we're supposed to infer is she's afraid to get close to her son because she's lost two, I guess. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Yeah, that's, I guess.
Doesn't
make sense, but okay.
Yeah. Look, this show is not making her look good at all.
No.
So,
no one's looking good.
No. So, again, we have another scene. It's Kristen Cole and Gwaine, and they're walking through mud now, and there are leeches. I'm like, okay, sure.
That was one of the highlights of this episode because no words were said from Gwaine Hightower. He just, he reaches down, he just pulls it off, and he's like, really? Really? Really?
Yep. They are going through like a muddy bog, and it's a leech, which he probably didn't even know what it is because he was raised a fancy person.
Mm-hmm.
But like the pure nerd in me, the first thing I thought?
What?
Bruce Bolton would love it here.
Yeah.
Yes. How nerdy is that? Jesus. I see a leech and that's the first thing I think of. Or, wait, I wonder if is this where Melisandre got hers? So,
yeah. Right. Just summon some.
Yep.
They just crawled to her like, yes.
King's blood. All right. So, yeah, that's dorky, but I thought you'd find that funny.
I love it. Yes.
And here's my question for you about the next scene. Who climbs up Heron Hall and is trying to get to Aemond? Who is that? Do you know? I don't.
I don't. No.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe it was some of the Winter Wolves, but no, because where's the rest of the army?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got nothing,
I
man.
don't.
It's a handful of guys. They climb up Heron Hall and they're looking for Aemond. Alice comes out. They attack her. Aemond comes out and kills all of them. And it's kind of amusing because he kills them one at a time. And it's like, so what Are all the other guys waiting in line for him to get to them?
Right? Like, and it wasn't even like a bottleneck situation.
No.
It was, I don't know. They have manners. All right. They have manners.
Yeah.
They're not going to interrupt each other's fights.
This is Aemond Targaryen. I'm going to wait to be killed. Like a proper whatever I am. And he's injured and he kills them one by one. Fine. He rescues Alice. And then she has some corny line like, yeah, I guess you're feeling better, huh? Okay. And that's it. I will say this. We got to see a werewood. It's the same one from last season. The werewood was pretty.
It was, of course. Yeah.
Okay. That's sad, though, that's what we're holding on to is a werewood.
We have to. What else is there?
That's it. Because in the next scene, it's fuck-ass Lannister and Larys. Again, things don't make any sense. You got Aegon and his bag is next to him, and this random dude just starts going through his bag and finds his effing crown.
I know. How is
really?
When I was watching this, I'm just like, oh, he's gonna do the same thing that he did right out of the chicken wagon. Just jump on him and stab. And then
he prison shanks the guy. That's the only way he knows to fight is to jump and prison shank. It's very strange. I'm not really sure why. And why would he have his crown in a bag and not like always be holding on to it?
Oh, I know. They're just
whatever.
I mean, why would they? You act like his crown is important.
Or recognizable. No.
Ugh, man. And the guy, he's just holding the crown like, what the heck?
What is this? And then he gets prison shanked. So there's that. I guess that's supposed to let us know Aegon still has some fight in him, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. But Aegon's line of, what was it? You can call me your majesty or something like that.
Yeah.
I was just cringing like, oh Lord. Like, oh.
He says your grace or something. I don't know what he says. Some asshole line. As well as Cordy, I'm going to give you this really hardcore line and then I'm going to stab you. We go to Daemon hanging out in Flea Bottom again. And the only note I have is why does he care about the City Watch so much?
I don't know. And the only thing that, his speeches and everything toward them, it was, him making promises of, their rewards and everything and of the 7 and everything. And meanwhile, he is not religious.
No.
And it's like, do you not have anything else to talk about with these guys? Like, nothing else in common?
I mean, I can see Daemon being manipulative and giving a speech and talking about the 7 if he knows that's who they believe in. But my problem is having the City Watch be gung-ho. Like, why would Daemon give a shit? He literally said, last episode or the one before, he didn't give a damn that the people were starving.
Yeah, right. He was like, oh, well, sucks to suck.
I mean, the whole reason they made Daemon care about the City Watch is just so they could do the ripped off Sons of the Harpy Unsullied storyline that's the Gold Cloaks. Like, come on, man. That's the only reason Daemon cares about the City Watch is so that they can show that they're getting picked off. So that they could have their shock ending. And it's like, you don't change a character so you can have this shock ending. That's not how this works. That's why Daemon's coming across as like, okay, that sounds like Daemon. Like, what? But why is he down there in Flea Bottom?
Right? Like,
Where's this dragon? Why is he hanging out in Flea Bottom? And why does he give a damn? It is what it is. But it gets better. I'm just kidding. It doesn't. It doesn't get better. I'm lying. So, like, Kristen Cole and Gwen's whole experience this episode is really depressing.
It was. I mean, I have a dark sense of humor, and I was in a really sick way, kind of delighted
because he does suck. He sucks. Yeah,
just because of Gwen's reactions and just how his face doesn't change when he just looks to Crispy like, oh no, and it just keeps going, and how they just every time we see them, they look a little bit dirtier.
Yep,
a little bit more run down. And they just keep going.
Yeah, they do. They keep following Kristen.
And Chris, all because Rhaenyra didn't want to be poor and sell oranges with him.
You're not lying. That's what all this is. All because he was rejected by Rhaenyra. Kristen Cole is Fire and Blood's most notorious incel. I mean, it's what he is. He's been mad about that for how long? Decades? So now the dude has no care about his own life or the people that are following him. They get to the Stony Sept and the damn bridge has been burned by the Rivermen. And Gwen is just like crying.
I know. He's like, I'm so tired. He's like, I lost my horse. There were leeches on my thighs, and now the bridge is gone. Can I just go home? I just want to find my nephew, and let's just fly away from this nonsense.
Yeah, he's like making promises to like Kristen, like, yeah, you can serve at Old Town, and everything's gonna be fine. You can tell he's just trying to have some kind of hope. And Kristen's like, there is no hope. What do you mean? Yeah, Sheila. Just this is all we have. And it's like, all right, dude, that's a little heavy, but okay.
Continue your journey at girlsnerdoutpodcast.com.
Daemon, they're torturing this dude for information. The guy's like, look at my boot. And so I guess the whole point of this is for Daemon to find out that Aemond is pushing Daemon to be king.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I really don't know why. We've got, all of a sudden somebody that is a high tower. Yes, he's a Targaryen, but he's also a high tower. And Aemond wants him to be king. Like, I really don't understand the point of this unless, which I hate this, but, okay, so in Fire and Blood, Sunfire is injured twice. Rook's Rest, and then gets into it with, I think, Grey Ghost. I think the small folk said that they saw a dragon fighting. I think they just said a gray dragon. So I think it's Grey Ghost. I don't think it was the cannibal, but I think it was Grey Ghost. Let me riddle you this. Are they setting this up so Tessarion fights Sunfire? Is that going to be Sunfire's second battle? Maybe? I mean, I hope not, but that's the only thing I can come up with. Why do this? And why make it very obvious that Daemon has a powerful dragon? I mean, Tessarion's not huge, but she's big. And looks similar in size to Sunfire, smaller, but not that much smaller. I'm really wondering if they're going to do a Daemon versus Aegon. And if so, like, that's just another thing, like, that's not necessary. But that's the only thing I can come up with.
Anything but Aegon versus Rhaenyra.
Yep. Because Sunfire's not dead. I'm just saying.
He's hibernated.
Oh, God. That's the dumbest shit. Dragons don't hibernate to regenerate, man. It's just a big crock of shit.
Oh, like, man. People are just holding on to that for dear life. For Sunfire's dear life. Which, you know what? If it does work out, okay.
Sunfire's not dead, dude. Sunfire's not dead. I'm telling you. Sunfire is good. Like, Aegon's going to be, like, screaming at the people that are coming for him, and Sunfire is going to resurrect behind him. It's really stupid, but that's what's going to happen. Like, and I'm just everyone know when you watch that scene that I'm, like, throwing things at my television and crashing out. Regenerates like a xenomorph, I guess. Whatever. Man. Because like a xenomorph doesn't have to breathe. It can go out in space and float around. I guess dragons don't have to breathe.
They're magic.
Yeah, but the whole thing about George's magic is that it's not so high fantasy that it's weird. And dragons have animalistic characteristics that make them more believable. That's the whole point. That's why they have 2 legs, because a 4-legged dragon, it doesn't make sense scientifically how those wings could get them off the ground. That's why they're shaped the way they are, but now they don't even have to breathe air. Okay.
No. They don't have to do anything. They just spread their wings and take off.
Oh, God. So,
Lord.
We go back to Gwen and Kristen Cole, because, like, I can't get enough of this.
Same.
So there's a lot of weird shit in this scene. Gawain's realized that Cole wants this to be a suicide mission, and he's just looking at him like, really, dude? Great. And Kristen, like, he's saying this weird stuff like, we were doomed from the start. But I will not return spurned. I am the realm's greatest warrior. What?
Yeah. Gawain is just like, this is the guy we've been following this whole time.
He's just nuts. Like, he says they're going to sing songs of it. So he's delusional now, I guess. And Gawain is just like, oh, God.
Kristen Cole, we're almost there. You've said that everywhere, through the woods and ankle-deep mud, looking for, well, nothing good. Kristen smiles a little more, starts acting stranger than before. Gawain sighs, this quest's absurd, still they trudge without a word. Moss on boots and bark on sleeves, cold wet air in the leaves. No map, no sign, no graceful plan, just 2 fools and a stubborn man. We're almost there, we're almost there. Not a clue, but we don't care. We're almost there, we're almost there. Keep on walking if you dare. Hey!
So there's like 200 rivermen for every one of them. And he's like, nah, we can do this. He says they're either going to make a raft to cross the river or swim it. And they're already half dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
With their swords, like, they're just going to float.
Because armor doesn't weigh you down at all. Okay.
I mean, if the sea snake can survive with full body armor when his ship is on fire, I mean, and in half, why can't they?
True. At least the sea snake's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
We finally see Alan. I wondered where he'd been. And he says something about how they want to rebuild the Valyrian fleet. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's kind of obvious, but what? And the whole point of this scene is for Daemon to come in, and he lets her know that Daemon is styling himself king now.
Uh-huh.
And he tells her we should have burned him when we had the chance. All right, here's my question for you. What do you mean you should have burned him when you had the chance?
Yeah.
You had the fake one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that line doesn't make sense to me.
No. And I kind of wonder if they meant back with Rhaenys, like when she came up through during Aegon's coronation, but I'm also like, he wasn't there.
No. He was at Old Town. That's why it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We should have burned him when we had the chance. You mean when you took the fake one, or is he meaning like when he had Caraxes and Silverwing and Vermithor burned the whole army? That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, maybe.
But like,
yeah, it doesn't add
okay.
up.
Okay. All right. Again, Daemon's intelligent. Can we not do this?
But he's got to have those zingy one-liners.
Which is fine if it makes sense, but damn. But it's another scene where he's just looking at Rhaenyra like, you suck, and then he leaves. And she's just puzzled. So I had to watch this one twice to figure out what's going on. It's Alicent and Helena trying to get out, and they go down this passage because Helena can kind of hear like wind behind the wall, and she's like, it's a secret passage. So they go down it, and they get blocked. And Helena's like, we need to go back. And Alicent's like, we can't, we shut the door. And so they're stuck. And then I heard Helena like scream, and I had to watch it twice because I was like, what happened? So she drops her lantern or whatever she has, I think. And I think Alicent's trying to like jump on it to not start a fire, I think.
I think Alicent was like pressed against one of the walls.
Yeah.
Or trying to like push against the barricade or whatever because it was blocked. And I think Helena was startled by a rat.
Okay.
But
something
it definitely
freaked her
makes
out.
sense. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense because she loves bugs and animals and critters. I don't know.
Whatever that scene is, we know that they're trapped, and I'm sure it's because of whatever will happen in the next episode. I mean, which is weird, but okay. So they're trapped. Like a rat. Maybe that's it. Probably not. I'm probably thinking more about it than they did.
Maybe they're gonna go through a maze and wind up in the dragon pits, and Helena might actually get on Dreamfire.
I wish.
Yeah,
I would love to see Dreamfire, man. I really would. At this point, like, I don't know. I don't think they have the budget for Dreamfire. Sad.
No.
And the shocking ending. So, the last scene, we have the work of the Sons of the Harpy. I mean, I'm sorry. You want to describe it, Brie?
I think Last Supper.
Yeah.
But Hannibal Lecter style.
Perfect. Very good. Daemon goes into wherever, and it's what the remainder of the City Watch that knew him. So they're all set up like Bree said, like a Last Supper type thing, and obviously they're dead. And I thought it was really, well, I mean, it's not funny, but it says a feast for traitors.
Yes.
And I was like, you ripped that off for a feast for crows.
Yeah. That was what my mind went to. I was like, oh.
It's a gruesome thing, but it's really dark, so you don't really see how bad it is.
Mm-hmm. The one time.
Yeah.
The darkness is good.
Yeah, that was fine. And the last thing I wrote is, where's Caraxes?
Yeah, like you would think that it would, we could hear him screaming or something.
Yeah,
or
that would have been
growling.
cool. That would have been cool, man. That wouldn't have cost a lot, but
right? Because
I don't think they
Daemon
wanted anything taken away from the feast for crows. I mean, traitors.
Man, I really wanted them to do that and to show Daemon getting mad.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
But like the whole reason he had that side quest is for that scene.
Yeah.
And what is killing me is like, it's so obvious that Ryan Condal is trying so hard to do his own Red Wedding or his own Arya with House Frey. Like, he wants one of those scenes so bad. And what is so irritating is that there are plenty of badass scenes in Fire and Blood, in the dance. And he ignores those and just creates things that are like a bad ripoff of Game of Thrones. And it's just weird. I don't know, man. I'm giving it like, the dragons look like shit. I got really tired of Kristen Colt. Dude, I'm giving it a 3. A 3. You know what? No, it's a 2. I'm giving it a 2. I was irritated.
Yeah. I will give it a 2 as well, just for Gwaine Hightower.
Yeah. And Larys?
Yes. Yeah. Those two. Everything else, horrible.
Yeah. Oh, and Daemon being disgusted with Rhaenyra. That.
Oh, yeah.
So that's it. But that's it, y'all. That's it. There was no cool dragon moment. Rhaenyra doesn't make sense. Everyone's depressed. Yay. Can't wait. See, what I'm scared is that this is episode 5. I feel like 6 and 7 are going to suck. And then 8 is going to be when Sunfire comes back. And that's going to be the big ooh. So, yeah. Like, what do you think's going to happen in the next, 3 episodes? Like, there's just not enough going on. So,
yeah, probably nothing. More nothing.
Yeah. I think Cole is probably going to die. But, I mean, that's about all I got.
I do think that they should have included more of Hugh Hammer's wife.
True.
And family.
True.
I mean, every other character got their scene.
Yeah.
And especially after, what Ormond made Daron do.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, whoever is editing this is, just ugh.
I agree. And it goes through so many hands and gets approval on so many levels, and we still get it, and it's this. That means they all watch it. We're like, oh, yeah, this is great. There's leeches, and we're going to rip off Game of Thrones 80 times, and no one likes Rhaenyra, and no one likes Aegon, and oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You get bad or bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You really do. So we're just going to keep it real every time. Thank you for listening. Please go check us out on YouTube and Instagram, because sometimes we even post memes that deserve to be posted. They're funny. And we will catch you on the next one that's hopefully less depressing.
Here's hoping.
Probably not.
Hey, it's Amanda here. Thank you for listening to my podcast. And if you don't mind, go on over to YouTube and Instagram and follow the podcast there. And that way you'll get alerted the next time an episode drops. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.